Hello and welcome. This is not really a review as such, it's just a quick little video to demonstrate the SWAM engine. And oh man, the SWAM engine rocks. Check this out. Alright, yeah. I've got these sliders set up, so the first one is the flutter tone, the second one is vibrato, the third one is the vibrato rate, so you can do trills and stuff like that, and then the fourth one is for the mute, so check out. So there's a whole range of these SWAM instruments. This one is the Trumpet. Now to get the most out of it, you really need a breath controller. And I'm going to get one, because then you can play stuff a lot more realistically. But they're not cheap. You see, at the moment I've got my pedal on the floor, my expression pedal, is handling, well, if I play some notes, it's acting as the breath control. And the more it goes higher, the more dynamic there is. And also tonal variance. Another thing I've got is Growl, which is mapped to the aftertouch. So if I press a key, and then press down on that key, and get growling notes. And there's a whole lot more stuff you can do with it if you go into this timbre setup. You can make it more dirty or change the amount of breath noise, bell resonance. And the cool thing about these SWAM instruments is that they don't have any samples. They're entirely synthesized, so that is how they are so expressive. See, when you're using sample instruments, you are stuck with the recording that the performer did when recording those samples. And because of the amount of dynamics that are included and all the different articulations, frankly, these sample libraries are getting pretty ridiculous in size, hundreds of gigabytes. And yeah, they're real sampled instruments, so they sound very realistic, albeit being enormous in terms of disc size. And even with that, you're going to find some holes of certain sounds and things that the performer never did that you might want. In such a case, physically modelled instruments can come to the rescue. But because these SWAM instruments don't use any samples, they are very tiny in comparison. It's just that the CPU does the heavy lifting instead. Some different mutes. Now this straight mute is what goes, it slots into the instrument, so you can't control it. But this one, this awhile mute, you can obviously do it by the mouse as well, but when you're playing, some other things you can do with this. There's also this cut while mute. And then you've got hand mute. You've also got the ability to change from the valves to a slide. Let's get rid of the mute. Oh, and as a side note, if you play one note and then play another one overlapping it, you'll get a nice smooth legato transition. Sorry about any mic noise, by the way. Oh, and also, you can take control of the slide. In fact, hang on a minute. Where is it? Yes, here in manual mode, you can even take control of the slide manually. But I wouldn't recommend it if you don't know really what you're doing, and I don't. Not yet. So yeah, this is SWAM Trumpet, and it's pretty sick. You can also do micro-tuning and lots of other things. I'm just getting started with it really. But it's all physically modelled, and it's a brilliant piece of technology. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a little track that I prepared earlier, a little jazz sketch, which is about a minute long, and it demonstrates. I've sort of gone for a big band setup, so I've got like 4 trumpets, 4 trombones, 4 saxophones, and then I'm not using all of them in it. I've wrote for several of them, and yeah, it's a short piece, but it demonstrates the expressiveness of these instruments. Oh, and it has a piano in there as well. I'll show a couple of the instruments. I'll probably do the tenor trombone and the lead trumpet, so you can see the controls moving and how expressive they can be in the context of a track. Yoink. Thank you for watching.